Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. I'm your host, Kristen. Welcome to the replay viewers. If you are just joining me ever, you can click on comments and write replay and ask me questions for next week's broadcast. And if you're joining me live today, welcome. And everyone, please write if you're new here or give me some hearts and love if you've been here before. And also, if you'll tell me where in the world you are, I would love to know where you're from. Today is our Wednesday where we talk about needle knitting. So knitting, but I say needles just because I teach how to loom knit and crochet and needle knit on my Good Knit Kisses channel. So sometimes I say needle knitting just to clarify that my loomers aren't thinking I'm talking about loom knitting. So anyway, just wanted to tell you today is the knitting day and sometimes yarn. And it's a quick broadcast. I am remotely broadcasting. And so today you can see I'm broadcasting from my car. I'm waiting for my family to jump in the car. And we are having a kind of an off day. We went somewhere several hours away and we left something. One of our family members, extended family members, left something. So we're having to kind of have an odd schedule. So anyway, I wanted to broadcast the beauty of here, but that's not happening today. But today I have 3 free patterns for you, and they are for different shawls. And 2 are an easy level, 1 is an intermediate. They're all free. And all the links you can get to, I have an event page going on for Good Knit Kisses. So if you go to the Good Knit Kisses page on Facebook, so it's facebook.com. And hey, welcome. Good morning, Nikki. And if you see Good Knit Kisses comment, that's probably Nikki commenting. Yeah, so if you go to the event page, there is a pink missions page. And in there are, and it may be bumped up on my main page, but if you're in the event page, you can see all kinds of links. And there are 3 specific ones for needle knitting. And I'm going to kind of go over them today. And you can use these patterns for yourself. If you choose to want to use them for the pink missions, that's excellent. And I have the P.O. box for that if you want to send it. Otherwise, they're great patterns to start making for your holiday gifts and things too. So, hey, good morning, Nikki. Thanks for saying hello to everyone. Again, if you are on replay, be sure and write replay and ask me your question, and I can answer it next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, also on our broadcast, will be a special broadcast of teaching you how to knit on needles, especially if you have never tried before. If you have tried before, that's excellent, especially if you've had a hard time, because I will be going through some sort of pain points with you. And so you're welcome to follow along next week on the 23rd. And I'm going to make the broadcast, it's probably going to be about, I'll let you know if I have a firm time. I just want to make sure that I'm ready for you. But let's say 8:30 Central Standard Time, so 9:30 Eastern. That would be earlier for Mountain or like if you're in California. And then you can also watch it on the replay. Let's see what else I want to tell you. So if you want to learn next week, I'll give you the pattern, more information about the patterns here in a second. But if you want to learn on this channel live next week, so mark your calendar, the 23rd, 8:30, and grab some needles and yarn. Now, if you have some needles that you already own, no matter what size, just get an appropriate size yarn. And if you want to have a couple of them next to you, then that's fine. If you want to try having some that are like a wood, like a bamboo, that's going to be more grabby on the yarn, or if you want to do, like a plastic or a metal, you're welcome to grab that and get the appropriate yarn. I show on my channel, I use Hometown USA from Lion Brand. I really love this one particular green color. On my tutorials, I use it a lot. And then I use a number 15 needle US or 10 millimeter. And that's what I like to teach on because you can see the stitches really well. If you have a 7, that's great. I've made pot holders and things like that with 7. And there's a lot of patterns with 7s. So 7s and 8s are good. Really, anything like a 10 through 15, I think are good needle. US sizes 10 through 15 are really great for learning on because you can see the stitches, and it works out faster to kind of get that gratification, like, wow, I did it. So anyway, so if you want to grab those for next week. So is anyone joining me here that wants to say hello? If you're new, write new. If you are trying to learn needle knitting, then just let me know if you're trying to learn, and will join me next week. And of course, the hearts and like buttons are awesome to tell me that you've been here before. So anyway, while I get this together, please tell me where you're from. Okay, so the first pattern up is a birch leaf shawl, and it's also called the bottom up birch. And this one is interesting because it's got oh great, we've got some people joining us again. Thank you for coming back. So this is a pretty leaf pattern, and what's interesting about this pattern is you have two different methods of construction, and it's great because you can use, now she's calling out 275 yards of yarn, or 250 meters, I believe. Yeah, 250 meters. It's one of those patterns where you continue to increase, and you do it until you run out of yarn or patience. So it's a great pattern for that, but it's a pretty leaf pattern. And so it's a birch leaf shawl by Susan Gutpearl, and it's an easy level. There's also a French translation available too. So if we have any Canadians joining us or people who speak French, you're welcome to do that. And the links again are on the event page. Hey, good morning, Linda, Darlene. Oh, South Carolina, Pickens. I don't know where Pickens is. I'll have to look that up. Hey, Ellie, good morning, my Jersey girl. Okay, so we've got so the birch leaf shawl, and that's got an English and French availability on it, and it's using a lace or a 2-ply yarn, and you would use a number US 5 or 3.75 millimeter. So that's what you use on that one. And again, the links are in the event page. Hi, good morning, Laura from Rhode Island. Oh, excellent. And let's see. Okay, and then the next pattern is Aunt Phoebe's Comfort Shawl by Donna, and I'm going to botch her name, Dracunos. And it's an easy pattern as well. And the bonus with Donna's pattern is when you click on her link, and if you sign up for her newsletter, she sends you, it's an Easy Plus, so a little step up, an Easy Plus pattern for a scarf. And that one is called something True Blue Sky. Oh my gosh, I can't even read my own handwriting. Anyway, you get an extra pattern. So, and her shawl is a, I forgot to write down the size of the other one, but on this one, it's a 28 by 66 inch wide shawl. And it, she had used Plymouth yarn, Outback mohair, and that one's really pretty. It's really nice. It's got some real pretty lacy yarn overs and things, it looks like. Hey, good morning, Emily, North Carolina too. Oh, Leland. Excellent. And let's see. Okay, so what else can I tell you about hers? Oh, and hers uses worsted weight. So if you have a worsted weight or a 10-ply, if you're in other parts of the world using 10-ply, and it uses a number 15, a US 15 needle or 10 millimeter. So I kind of tried to grab things that that had an easy to intermediate level, and then they used a variety of yarns and needles depending upon your availability. Hey, good morning, Stephanie in Phoenix City, Alabama. Awesome. Good to have y'all here. Okay, so one more free pattern here. This is the Diamond Lace Wrap by Peyton Yarns, which is the, or Patent Yarns. I always say Peyton. And that's Yarnspirations. This is an intermediate level, and it is an open lace wrap. It has a chart. It uses a US 6 or 4 millimeter circulars, 24-inch circulars. And it shows that it's going to be a 25 by 70, and they use 10 balls of the of their yarn, the Patent's Grace. And so that's what that one is. Now that pattern, the diamond lace, what that looks like to me is so like an open, if you will, an open waffle. You know, it kind of lines like a waffle that would be open, but it's like turned on the side like a long harlequin diamond. That's what it looks like to me. And then they turn, so they alternate, and it has a really interesting pattern. And so to tell you the reason why I originally picked these patterns. Now, again, if you're just joining me, you can get these patterns on my event page for Pink Missions, and they're free to you, whether you're doing the Pink Mission or not. So I wanted to tell you about them. And if you'll take a moment to kind of read the information on the Pink Missions, but I'm going on a mission trip second week of October, and it's actually like a 3 or 4 day trip, and we're going to go and just love on some women who've been rescued. They're in kind of a level 2, and go help them in whatever way. My church is going. We're coming alongside of another outreach, and they are helping rescue people from sex trafficking, the human trafficking, if you've heard of it before. So we come alongside them and just love on them and help them. And then I want to bring them shawls and scarves, and that's what I've pledged to do. I think they said there might be around 30 at that time, but there could be more. I heard the other day that someone is going to be sending me 15 things. I've gotten a few things already, and I'm so excited about them. If anybody sends me any more, I will leave them with them, because they can always use them for the next round of people that come through. So we're hoping more and more people get rescued, but millions are trafficked. Sorry, my connection dropped, but millions are trafficked every year. And we are just praying that these trafficking places catch people and get the criminals, but also rescue these women and sometimes children. So I just want to love on them, come alongside them, and give them some warmth and love that someone else knitted and crocheted up and wrapped up in love for them, to let them know that they are special. If you didn't hear my scope on Monday, please go back and check that. I talk a lot more about it. I talk about another mission that I do as well, and it's my thing that I do 2 times a year, called Embrace Grace. But thanks for the likes, y'all. So that's what it's all for. Again, go to the event page, and all the links are there. You don't have to send anything in, but I would love it if you did. If you made these and you send them out to another mission, let me know. I would love to know that these went to something that would help someone. Just love on someone else today. Take them to a homeless shelter or whatever. They're very pretty. They're lightweight. And they'd be gorgeous for anybody. And of course, a friend too. So anyway, I thank you guys for joining me. I'm sorry for the short scope, but I did give you 3 patterns. And if you like to crochet or loom knit, there's more patterns in that event page. So again, go to the Good Knit Kisses page. You're going to click on events for Pink Missions, scroll through there. I tried to bump the 3 posts up so that you would see them. If you comment on them, they stay up higher in the feed. I don't know if that's a little tip for you, but just to let you know where they are. I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, right on the replay if you have questions for next Wednesday. And don't forget, we're going to do some learning to needle knit if you are new next week in a live training. I hope you join me 8:30 Central Time next week on Wednesday. Have a great day. Bye, y'all.